This super simple, moist, and sticky date cake is another one from my grandma's old recipe book. It is sweet, soft, and rich without adding any sugar, and your kitchen will smell absolutely amazing while it bakes. Let me show you how to make it. First, we need 2 cups of pitted medjool dates, and the amount really does not have to be exact, so if you have a little more than 2 cups, just add them in and do not worry about measuring it perfectly. A few extra dates will only make the cake a bit sweeter and stickier. I used medjool dates this time because they are soft, sweet, and easy to blend into the cake mixture, but any dates will work as long as they are not too hard, too dry, or difficult to soften. Just make sure the dates are all pitted before you use them. Once you have removed all the pits, pour 1 1/4 cups of hot milk, which is about 300 milliliters, over the dates. Give it a quick mix so all the dates are covered, then leave them to soak for 1 hour. This helps the dates soften a bit, which makes them much easier to blend into a smooth, sweet mixture for the cake. Then, blend the soaked dates for about 1 minute until they break down into a smooth date mixture. I am using a blender here, but a food processor works too, so use whichever one you have. Because the dates are already soft, this should not take too long. Let it blend until the mixture comes together, but do not worry about making it completely perfect. We just want the dates broken down enough so the sweetness goes through the cake properly, without leaving big dry pieces. If you do not have a blender or food processor, you can still mash the softened dates by hand with a fork or potato masher. After blending, it should look thick, creamy, and mostly smooth, as you can see in the video here. Scoop all that date mixture into a large mixing bowl. It can be a bit annoying to get it all out because it is thick and sticky, so take your time with a spatula. Then, pour in 2/3 cup of olive oil. If you don't have olive oil, you can also use avocado oil or melted coconut oil. Then, crack 2 large eggs into the bowl. If you want to be extra careful, you can crack each egg into a small cup first, just to make sure the egg is good, so you do not ruin the whole batter if one egg is bad. Then, add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, just to give the cake a little more flavor with the dates and make the mixture smell even better. Then, use a spatula and carefully mix everything together first. We are just doing this to mix the oil in a little. It does not need to look smooth yet. Just break up the eggs, work the oil into the date mixture, and keep mixing until everything looks a little more even. Once the oil is mixed in a bit, we can start using the hand blender without splashing oil everywhere and making a massive mess. Once the mixture looks nice and smooth, leave it aside for a moment. Then, take a sieve and add 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Sift everything into another mixing bowl so the dry ingredients are light, even, and there are no little lumps of flour hiding in the batter later. Now, pour the date mixture into the bowl with the dry ingredients. I am scraping the bowl really well here, trying to get as much of that mixture out as I can, because we do not want any of that good stuff going to waste. This is what makes the cake sweet, moist, and sticky, so take a second and get every last bit in there. Then, use a spatula and carefully give everything a good mix first. Go slowly at the beginning and scrape from the bottom of the bowl so the dry ingredients start mixing into the date mixture properly. We are not trying to finish the batter with the spatula. We are just getting the flour mixed in a little so when we use the hand mixer, it will not catch a dry pocket and throw flour all over the place. The batter turned out really nice. It should have a similar consistency to pancake batter, smooth and a little thick, but still pourable. If it looks like this, you are in the right place, and the cake should bake up soft and moist. For baking, I am using a springform pan here, covered with parchment paper, so it will be much easier to remove the cake later. You can use a regular cake pan or a loaf pan too. Just grease it well and line the bottom with parchment paper. Pour all the cake mixture into the pan and use a spatula to scoop out as much as you can from the bowl. Try to get all of it in there, especially around the sides of the bowl, so none of that good batter goes to waste. Then, smooth the top with the spatula so the batter sits evenly in the pan. Then, tap the pan on the counter a few times to help the batter settle and get rid of any big air bubbles before baking. Bake the date cake in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 175 degrees Celsius, for about 35 minutes. When the cake is almost done, the kitchen should smell absolutely amazing. The cake is ready when the top looks set, and a toothpick inserted into the center comes out mostly clean. A few moist crumbs are fine, but you do not want to see wet batter on it. Let the cake cool a bit before removing the side of the springform pan. It is still soft when it first comes out of the oven, so give it a little time to settle before you try to move it. Then, carefully peel off the parchment paper so the edges stay nice and the cake does not tear. Go slowly here, especially if the cake is still a little warm. This cake is so moist and sweet that you can honestly serve it just on its own, especially when it is still a little warm. But I do remember my grandma always pouring a little date syrup on top, not too much, just enough to make the top glossy and give it that extra bit of richness. Then, sprinkle a handful of chopped walnuts over the top. You can use almonds, pecans, or whatever nuts you already have at home, but I think walnuts go best with a date cake like this. Let me show you how amazing this date cake turned out. I always eat it when it is still a little warm because I think that is when it is the best. It is so moist and sticky inside and surprisingly sweet, even though there is no added sugar in the recipe. And this is the kind of cake I would happily make again, especially when I want something simple with tea or coffee. It is easy, it keeps well, and everyone who tries it always asks me for the recipe. If you liked this old-fashioned date cake, then check out my channel and my other videos for more date cake recipes and other delicious bakes. I have plenty more simple homemade recipes coming, so make sure to subscribe and I will see you in the next video.